Let's talk iPhone 13.
Welcome, marketing chefs. I've got something truly special cooking in our Omni-Channel oven today.
I recently did a review of the all-new iPad mini. You can check that out in the link above. And not only did we pick up the iPad mini, but we picked up both the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 mini. You can check out an exclusive review of the mini in the link above. Today, however, it's a comparison. So it's iPhone 13 versus iPhone 13 mini. Get ready.
Up next in the Marketing Kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen, the Marketing Kitchen. Hi, I'm Ron Vining, your host of MarketingKitchenTV.
On September 24th, Apple released the iPhone 13 lineup. And I typically buy iPhone Pro products, usually the max size, but this time I decided to change it up and check out the iPhone 13 mini and the iPhone 13. What's the difference? Actually, not a lot. Inside, they are exactly the same with the exception of a 5G receiver, but otherwise, the real difference is in their form factor, just the 5.4 inches versus 6.1. They both contain the A15 chip, and they are both gorgeous. Having been a Max user, I never even considered the Mini, which first debuted in the iPhone 12 model last year, so I decided to head to the Apple Store to check out the Mini as well as the 12, just to see what it would be like to purchase a smaller device before I actually did. And what I first wanted to do was see what my website, Appflix, looked like on these smaller form factors, and they looked great. And what's Appflix, you ask? Well, I'm glad you did, because I want to just give you a quick tour if you don't mind. It's a website that I created, and you can go to appflix.com. And if you're into all things streaming entertainment, so we're talking about video, which is TV series and movies, video games and music, we focus on streaming. So since we're talking about Apple products, if you're into things that are on Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max, etc., it's free. You don't have to join, but you certainly can. You can check out the news feeds, you can look at what's popular, you can compare platforms, and you can read forums and blogs, offer or read other people's reviews. And here's just an example going into the games section of the site and clicking onto Lego Mario. Scroll down, read the review. It's rated by our Jewel Peppers. You can offer a comment, you can rate it, you can write your own review. In the future, we're launching a platform where you can post your own videos, so your own TV series, own mini films if you wanted. It's a great community, and just taking you through here on the home page, you can see our Jewel Peppers here. We rate things on a heat scale. There's going to be some gamification coming to the platform pretty soon, some learning tools to help you become a better filmmaker, entertainment artist, etc. I don't know, I think it's great. And of course I do, I created it, so go check it out, please. All right, back to the Apple Store and the unboxing here of the iPhone 13 mini. I was quite surprised when this product arrived. I ordered it online, and when it came, I didn't think it was possible it could fit in this box, but of course it's the mini. And Apple's packaging this year is similar to last year's. However, there's no cellophane. And of course, guess what's missing? The charger and the headphones. And that's why this box is so small. I appreciate Apple being environmentally focused and friendly. However, the device of this premium quality of what you're paying for it should come with a charger. It's unacceptable to me that it only comes with the cable. But of course, Apple wants you to buy that extra accessory, and they want you to buy their EarPods since there is no headphone jack on the device either. Anyway, the device is beautiful, as you see as we're unboxing it here. I'm really into product red. You see I've got my product red Apple Watch band. But this phone is really a beautiful shade of red. much better than last year's. And as we just unveil it here, you see that it still has lightning. The speakers on the Mini are small. This is the smallest amount of speaker holes that you can find on an iPhone. And actually, I've tested out the quality and against my XS Max as well as the iPhone 13, and they're all fairly similar. So the lack of holes haven't really taken away from its power. I'm quite impressed with what Apple's been able to do in their aluminum chassis. Here we are booting it up, and it's great. The pixel density is the highest on this, obviously, because the screen size is smaller. And when I was comparing the 13 and the 13 Mini side by side, the resolution actually does look a bit nicer on the Mini than it does on the 13, but it's not that, it wouldn't be that noticeable to most people. I have noticed a massive improvement of just this mass market 13 product compared to my XS Max, which has a higher refresh rate, etc. The internals here, we have a Lightning to USB-C cable, we have the SIM ejection tool, and that special product red card, which just talks about the product red program. And the flip side of it just gives you a little bit of highlight of that. Typically, this product red devices gave a portion of the proceeds for HIV, but now it's going to COVID relief. I want to just point out here that I'm disappointed that Apple has not gone to USB-C for the iPhone yet. I really I just find it absolutely annoying to need multiple chargers and connection cables. Here is the Mini with the clear case for MagSafe, and I haven't ever bought an official Apple clear case before, so I thought I would try this out, seeing as I wanted to show off the product red device. But look at how disgusting this looks with that white circle. Apple, come on. You can make leather cases, and you can make silicone cases in matching colors to the iPhone. You couldn't have made that white circle matching for each of the colors for the devices that you were selling. It's a premium case. It's beautiful. The quality of it is great. The build is great. It's flexible, but yet still rigid, which, as you know, transparent plastics are always going to be a bit more rigid than colored ones. But it's a beautiful case, except who wants to have that white ring? Here's something that's really neat that I discovered, though. Maybe I'm the last to figure this out. But if you place a MagSafe device on any one of Apple's cases, it's going to be the same color as the one that you placed it on. And so that was a clear case, so you got a clear picture there. Here we are showing side by side the iPhone Mini box to the iPhone 13 box, as well as the 13 silicone case compared to the Mini's transparent case. Now it's time to do the unboxing of the 13, and let's start with the case first. I've always been a big fan of Apple's official silicone cases. I don't know if you've tried out the leather ones or the silicone ones. I really do prefer the silicone over the leather. The interior is nice, it's padded. Holding the silicone in your hand, I find to be a bit nicer, and they are more durable. I want to compare now these devices to my XS Max that I mentioned to you before, and here's a product red case that I've had. I've had this case going back to when the phone came out 3 years ago, and it actually held up quite well until, ironically, just a week before I picked up the iPhone 13. So it was good. It was good that it failed at the right time. I'll compare the devices a bit more in detail in a couple of minutes, but let's unbox this first. Obviously, because I need to have this out of the box to be able to show it to you against the other phones. Same process here. utilizing the same type of packaging. This box is just slightly larger. I like to save my boxes, so that's why I'm being very careful to take it out, but you could have just peeled that tab right off there. Again, same beautiful build, it's just larger. And my light here is resembling the MagSafe case as it reflects onto the phone. But I really enjoyed this candy, sort of deep candy apple red, if you will. Don't know that that's officially what Apple's calling it, but that's what I would. I'm just so impressed by this, what's supposed to be the non-premium phone, right? But all of Apple's products are premium. This is just great. It appeals to me so much more so than the Pros this year. And why is that? Mainly just because I wanted to add some color, some like real color, and also because the camera on this particular phone, the 13 and the 13 mini, is the same camera that you would have received in the 12 Pro Max. So imagine that, right? You're getting last year's top of the line phone that even the iPhone 12 didn't have, the iPhone 12 Pro rather didn't have. It was only in the 12 Pro Max. Just checking out the finish here. The aluminum is amazing. And you know, if you get the chance to go to the Apple Store, just you know, check out all of the colors. I'm just very impressed at the build quality. Again, I haven't had a non-Pro phone before, and I really am appreciating the colored aluminum as opposed to the stainless steel. And here, comparing the 13 to my XS Max, you see that the size difference is here we get 6.1 versus 6.5. And then now let's compare it to, well, actually first let's boot it up before we go on a full-on comparison. I know it's the same thing that I showed you a minute ago for the Mini, but just want you to see. Excited? Have I sold you on buying one of these yet? No commissions coming my way. All right, let's check it out in the silicone case. What I really enjoy about this, well, I dislike the idea of covering it up, but the red, underneath the red, the contrast is quite nice. And I think you'll find that cool too. And check out when you put a phone onto a red colored case, MagSafe case, then you get a red back. Next time I go to the Apple Store, I'm going to bring my phone and I'm going to try it out on that case wall to see all the different colors light up. So here's look at all the fingerprints on the clear case. That is the one thing that I also, well, beyond that white ring, the thing that I didn't like about it was that so many fingerprints just showed up on there. And here's just doing size comparison of the Mini versus the standard iPhone 13. And so you're looking at 5.4 inches versus 6.1, and it does make a big difference. Just lining each of them up so you can see the comparison for yourself. I first set up the Mini, and then here I am setting up the 13 with it. And that process was not as simple as it should have been. And so let's really talk about use here. So here I'm going to show you what it's like to use the XS Max form factor. And remember, the XS Max is 6.5 inches versus the current 13 Pro Max is 6.7 inches. So that's even larger than the Pro Max that I'm showing here. So here is the 13 side by side with the XS Max, and as you can see, there is a significant difference with the keyboard as well as the amount of text space you have for typing or for utilizing images or images that are shown. And I I thought it would be very difficult going to a smaller phone, and I really felt the difference, as you can see here now, when you look at the Mini. So when you look at it with the screen not on, it doesn't seem as much, but when you're adding images and you're looking at the keyboard, you really can see the difference here. And for me, I think if you're going to be on social quite a bit and doing a lot of typing, then you'll find that the Mini, as compact and light as it is, as full-featured as it is, it's just it's a drawback. And if you take a look at, again, so let's say you're on Instagram, just the size of the images and the amount of images per screen that you can have, it can be a drawback. And here, looking at the same thing now, look, using the Mini against a Max, and again, this isn't as large as the current Max, but you really see the size difference there. So it's really about preference. I think it's about how big your thumbs are too, and whether or not you can adapt to a smaller keyboard. And that to me was I don't know, that I'm still undecided as to which one I like best. I think that the better value for the money, if you will, is to get the 13, because then you have the larger real estate and keyboard to work with, as well as to just enjoy, whether you're watching a TV series or a video or whatever consumption that you're doing on the device. Now, as far as accessories go, there's the MagSafe battery pack, which I think is really cool, and it's compatible with the Mini. There's obviously the MagSafe charger, and then the wallet. The wallets only come in leather, and I find the colors to be not something I would like. And there are also leather covers, again, not colors that I like. So silicone is where it's at for me. I can't deal with that transparent case because I can't deal with the white on there. Here's my Apple Watch with product red with 2 different bands with my old case in the background. I'm going to pick up this braided solo loop soon. I really am into product red, and I love that iMac, but only from the back. She doesn't look good from the front. I want red, I don't want pink. What are you doing, Apple? And for any of you that have bought the AirTags, this highly overpriced keyring is really cool if you want to complete your collection. And once Series 7 is launched later this week, I'm going to pick up the product red version. It'll be my first red Apple Watch. So we're going all red this year, instead of stainless steel. I've done a recent video on the iPad mini talking about how you can make it a Pro, so you can check that out in the link above. I hope you enjoyed this side-by-side comparison of the 2 iPhones. If you're interested in the iPad Pro, check out my review in the link above.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, there's always fresh content simmering on our storytelling stovetop, so whatever happens in this kitchen shouldn't stay in this marketing kitchen. I'm Ron Vining, your host, reminding you to invite your family and friends to the next episode of Marketing Kitchen TV.